discussing education, most especially girls' education. Thank you very much. Could you please introduce yourself?
Thank you so much, Ulemati. So my name is Ogarapa Fadzom Siniwa, and I'm from Zimbabwe. So I'm here. So I'd like to share with the audience something interesting about myself. So one of the interesting things about me is that I love reading. So like put a novel on the table and I'm there reading it. And I believe reading is such an important aspect of life because it teaches us so much about the world around us, about places we've never been to, places we want to go to. So that's one of the interesting things about me.
I think
Yeah.
you have to teach me how to read.
I'll teach you.
Okay, why do you think girls' education is very important in the 21st century?
Just to put it out there, I think all the education is important, whether it's for boys or whether it's for girls. But I think most importantly in the 21st century, girls' education is very important because we've been disadvantaged for a very long time. Even like currently, there are places where girls are not being educated. So it's very important that women get educated because we have so much that we can offer the world, so much we can offer our economies, and that can be done only through education by acquiring the necessary skills in order for you to be able to be part of the growth of your country, for us to be able to change our countries and put them at a greater level or influence them to become better. We need education. So girls really need to be educated.
Girls really need to be educated.
Exactly,
So how
yeah.
has education impacted the lives of, young girls or the lives of women or females around the world?
I think it has done a lot. It has done a lot. For example, we have Malala, who has been standing up for the rights of or education for girls in countries like Afghanistan and Pakistan, where girls are not being educated.
An educated woman brings to in terms of meaningful changes?
I think she brings a lot. She brings a lot. Like I think there's been research that has been done on like the different not aspects but like the different mental abilities of men and women. So like as women we are more, would I say, empathetic.
Okay.
We feel for others. We're
Yes.
able, exactly, because we have that quality within us. There's a lot that we can offer. A lot, yeah.
So what are the challenges women currently face with regards to, getting the necessary education, most especially the quality ones?
I think it's the whole aspect of gender equality. So that is still a problem in today's society. So women are not, they're not being given the rights that they deserve. So you still have women and men who have the same position, like the same position, like working position, but still they're being underpaid in comparison to their male counterparts. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges that is still being faced by society today and forward. But still you have places where girls are not being allowed to get the education that they deserve. And for me, that's very sad. It's very disappointing that people still have that mentality, that backwards mentality.
So how do you think this can be improved or solved, in the world?
I think one of the biggest things that can be done to improve this or to help girls get the education that they deserve is by having more awareness programs. For example, like some people might have not known about such stuff that is happening in Afghanistan, but by having platforms even like this one here to
Voice out
voice
issues.
out, exactly, like us being girls, to voice out the concerns that we have about other girls out there so that we can empower them as well as aware people of what's going on so that we can all be part of like a bigger movement to help in the education of girls. But in Zimbabwe, girls and boys have the same they have like the same capacity to get educated.
Okay.
In terms of whether girls are allowed to go to school, whether girls can have the same opportunity as boys, I think I think it's 50-50.
So how can gender equality be achieved?
I think as women we have to fight for ourselves. We have to fight to be recognized in positions that we know we deserve. having our voice being heard. So
Okay.
like no isn't no. We have to let men know that we deserve the same positions as them. So physically speaking we
Mhm.
don't, but intellectually speaking we do.
I mean, you must be an intellectual, right? So
Intellectually,
as
yeah,
a
we
as a
do.
young girl whose aspiration is to be someone great in the society, someone
Mm,
who's gonna contribute to society, someone who will leave legacy for other young girls to follow. So what sort of encouragement would you give to other young girls coming up,
mm,
aspiring to be someone like doctors, like lawyers, like advocates, activists? I mean,
mm.
what sort of encouragement would you give to them?
I think one of the biggest encouragement that I would give to young girls out there who are trying to achieve their dreams, I'd say set your goals, okay? Don't let anything drift you off your path. If you have a clear determination of what you want to achieve, go for it. If you cannot go into the door, climb, get through or get in through the window. Like we have to set our goals and make sure that nothing distracts us from achieving them. Go there, fight for what is yours. The world is your oyster, right?
Yeah, so in achieving, some goals in life, you must have encounter, or you must face, a series of challenges, maybe
Exactly.
financial challenge.
Mm.
So what about a girl who is undergoing such challenge? What would you say to her?
I would say don't let the challenges that you're facing right now discourage you from achieving your dreams. Look for opportunities. Keep on looking. Do not get tired, because if you get tired then that sets you off your path, it sets you off your goal. So make sure that you carry on. It doesn't matter how hard it is or how hard it gets, but know what you want, know what you want, because you're going to be an inspiration to other girls as well.
So,
So
who's your inspiration? I mean, in terms of
mm,
educated women.
I would say one of my biggest inspiration is Malala. After Malala
I
it's
mean, don't
Maya Angelou.
okay, tell me more about like those two people.
So Malala, as I've mentioned, she's an activist for rights of girls to become educated. She has published, I think, two books, if I'm not mistaken. And
I don't want to be like I know who you're talking about, but I mean it's a person who
yeah,
I look up to, like
uh-huh,
coming up as an advocate as well.
yeah,
But I don't want to. I'm not the interviewee here, so you have to speak up. 'Cause I don't want to like
okay,
I like I know
yeah.
who. So I'm just ignorant to what you're talking about.
So
So
I have to. Okay, so she has like a really long story of how like girls are not allowed to go to school. She was not allowed to go to school even, and then they had to fight against this like resistant movement called the Taliban,
mhm,
and then for her for standing up for girls' rights, she almost got killed, but
mhm.
fortunately she didn't. She survived, and they went to live in her family and her went to live in America, and since then she has an organization that is there to empower girls, to empower young women, to make sure that they get educated.
Oh, that's interesting. How about Maya Angelou?
Maya Angelou. So because I read a lot, so I've read a couple of Maya Angelou's books, and being, I think you can. I'm not sure if you can relate to the same thing, but being
I
like
don't
an
want to
African,
relate. I mean, this is your.
yeah. So being an African woman, we have faced a lot of troubles, and we still face those troubles and challenges because especially even like in terms of getting an opportunity. So not only is it about gender equality, it's also about like the racism that is out there. So from Maya Angelou, I'd say for me she has inspired me to know that even if something happens, like you're not able to get something that you want because people are discriminating against you because of the color of your skin, you
Okay.
have to rise up from the ashes, fight. It doesn't like, if you don't get a job, make your own job,
Create your own job.
create your own job. Exactly. So to be able to make something out of nothing, I think That's one of the biggest inspiration I've gotten from Maya Angelou.
So, what's your parting statement?
My parting statement is seize the day.